So Deadpool 2 is filled to the brim with tons and tons of awesome jokes, Easter eggs, references, and cameos. In today's video, I figured I would go through some of the cameos in Deadpool 2. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you think of the cameos, and make sure to also like this video because I'll be making more Deadpool 2 videos in the very near future. Let's start off with the X-Force. That's right, the X-Force is what Deadpool planned to bring together when he looks to make a team of superheroes to help the kid out and obviously try to get Cable down. And it doesn't go as planned, as we know. They die really fast, but still there were some nice actor cameos in this little scene, I guess you could call it. They only lasted for a couple scenes. We had Terry Crews as Bedlam and Bill Skarsgård, that's right, Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård as Zeitgeist in the film. Those two were both members of the X-Force. There was also, of course, the Vanisher, who actually had a split-second cameo. We never actually got to see who he was until his death scene, where for a few split seconds, we could see Brad Pitt. So yeah, I thought that was an awesome cameo for them to implement Brad Pitt in a scene. Of course, he was on the list to play Cable, so that's why he was the Vanisher in the film as a little cameo, a little nod towards it. He's also good friends with Ryan Reynolds, of course, and I'm sure he is good friends and is aware of the rest of the cast of Deadpool 2. Now we get on to one of the hugest cameos in the movie, which was the XMen cameo. When in kind of the middle of the first kind of act of the movie, we got to see Deadpool blow himself up, and then Colossus take him back to the X-Men mansion. And in there, we actually got to see the X-Men. While Deadpool was going around in his wheelchair and complaining, exploring the mansion, basically, it was a really funny scene. We actually see the X-Men all staring at him before Beast Boy decides to close the door. Now, I thought this really did it for Fox. You know, how they did this, I thought was really amazing. I wasn't actually expecting to see the X-Men in it, but I guess it kind of made perfect sense because in the first film, you know, they weren't there and they weren't even associated with Deadpool. They were out, and it was kind of implied that they couldn't afford to be there at that time. And so that we saw X-Men in Deadpool 2, I thought that was really awesome, and of course an epic cameo. Not quite as epic as the Vanisher, but I still thought that it was epic, and I totally didn't expect it. I should have gone into the theater expecting something like that to happen, but nope, I didn't see it coming, and man, that was an epic X-Men cameo in Deadpool 2. Obviously Deadpool doesn't need the X-Men, but it's kind of implied there would be somewhere around if Deadpool goes to the X-Men mansion every now and then. So those were all of the kind of big cameos that everyone kind of realized, or at least knew, but there is actually one more subtle one you may have not noticed, and that is Matt Damon. Yeah, right, I did this in my first viewing of Deadpool 2, but he was actually in the background as a redneck having a conversation with someone else, kind of in the background of when Cable time travels to Deadpool 2's kind of present timeline. In the background you can see Matt Damon, and a director actually recently came forward and confirmed that it was actually Matt Damon. Now obviously Matt Damon does know Ryan Reynolds in real life, and I thought it was pretty cool that he is kind of in both universes at the same time. He's in the MCU and the Deadpool kind of X-Force kind of universe that Fox are building. He's in both of those because he was in actually Thor Ragnarok. So yeah, Matt Damon everywhere making cameos. Pretty sick if you ask me. I didn't actually notice that during my first viewing, so if you haven't, then that's all good. But yeah, those were all of the cameos that I know of in Deadpool 2. There were obviously tons of Easter eggs and references in the background that weren't obvious. So make sure to comment down below every cameo you liked, or kind of the references that you liked. There were tons of nods towards the MCU in the film, and I was glad. There were even some Stranger Things references. So yeah, make sure to like the video if you did enjoy. I'll have more Deadpool 2 videos coming out in the future. Thanks for watching, guys.